Can you guys hear me now? Let's see if that this is working. I was late because we're trying to get the audio right. Something's going on with the audio. See if it is working. I think it is. If you didn't hear me, can I just start again? We're talking about pitch perfect this morning. About being able to speak with clarity and confidence about what you do and what you offer to the world. Are you that person this morning? Or are you the person who cringes when you have to go to networking events? Oh my goodness, I know that I offer value, but I don't think I've gone. Okay, so this mic seems to be acting up this morning. Bear with me, you guys. Stay with me. I'm not going to be very long. If it's going to be giving problems, we are not going to be on for so long. In any case, the topic, however, is very important about being able to communicate your business with clarity and confidence. Somebody tell me if you can hear me. Somebody, please, wherever you're watching me from, if you're on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, also on IG, let me know if you can hear me, okay, so that I know that this mic is working. All right. I feel like this topic is so important. The topic of being able to communicate what you do with clarity and with confidence. The last couple months, I've been frequenting, getting out there, telling people about my business, meeting more people, going to events, that kind of thing. And, just physically being in the room with other entrepreneurs, other business people, I've realized that most people are hesitant and afraid to get up and to speak about their business and to say what they offer, to speak about it, because it's not because they don't believe in the business. You know that, right? It's not because they don't offer value, because they don't have clients who can attest to what they do. It's not because they don't have people who they have helped. It's not because their business does not have value. It's because instead of focusing on the value that they can offer to potential clients and to the audience, people tend to just simply just shrink back into, I'm self-conscious. Oh my gosh, I don't want to mess up. What is it you don't want to mess up? And it's something that I teach in my Speak with Confidence class. What happens if you mess up? Are they going to come cart you away to prison? Are they going to take your house if you mess up in a networking event? Are you going to fall down and die? Is the ground going to just open up and swallow you out? What's going to happen? So we think that the stakes are so high and we are so self-conscious and we are focused on ourselves instead of, when you speak about your business, communicating in terms of the value that you offer. Can I tell you something? One of the secrets and one of the basic tenets of the programs that I teach, Speak with Confidence in particular, is to speak to thirsty. And this concept, if you haven't heard me speak about it, you're going to hear me this morning. And I'm also going to be speaking about this topic in a LinkedIn audio event that I will be doing next week, Friday, 12 noon MST. So that would be 2 p.m. EST. And that would be 3 p.m. if you are in my beloved Caribbean. Because across the board, the problem is the same, that people are hesitant and self conscious when they stand up to speak, and particularly about the business, they come laden with all of the memos, all of the ticker tape, all of the shoulda, coulda, instead of just simply answering the question in somebody's mind. Can you help me today? I don't want to know whether you're self conscious. I don't want to know if you have on the right shoes. I just simply want to know today, as you stand before me and you're speaking to me, can you help the pain point that I have? And so, one of the basic tenets that I teach is to speak to thirsty. Lisa, what does that even mean, speak to thirsty? Who wants to speak to thirsty? What exactly do you mean? I'm about to tell you. Speaking to thirsty is the concept of focusing in your communication on the person who best and most needs what you have to offer, to inform about, to educate, to persuade, and even in terms of entertainment. Speaking to thirsty, and it's something like I'm refining the concept even now, lately. It also means being supremely and totally and lazily focused on the person who needs what you need to have to say, to the exclusion of the naysayers. Because what I've discovered is, if you try to mix it, if you try to always include just those people who you already know that they're not sold on what you have to offer. And yes, there's the point at which you have to cater to them. But in terms of whether you are hesitant or not, in terms of whether you are enthusiastic about your topic or not, in terms of whether you speak about whatever your business does or whatever you want to regale the world with, if you speak about it with that sense of wonder and value, and it's a no-brainer, you should be coaching, you should be speaking if you're a speaker. That's how I speak about my business, because I am so convinced that speaking, coaching, writing, these things, they are valuable services, and that if you interact with me, that you will see the value, you will get better, you will learn to win. I've discovered most people speak to the naysayers instead of speaking to thirsty. So when I teach speaking, when I teach people to communicate, I say to them, speak to thirsty. Speak to the person who wants and needs to hear what you have to say. Who's that person for you this morning? Let's say you have a business, okay? And you have been going to these networking events and that kind of thing. And, you get up and you speak low key, you don't want to offend anybody and all of these things, and like, who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to who you imagine in the room might be perturbed or offended or maybe irritated by what you have to say? You're speaking to the wrong audience. These people are never going to buy from you anyway. Who you need to speak to is the person who can best benefit from what you have to offer, your products and services. And we often forget to do that. So how does that even happen? I want to go all the way back, dial back a little bit to kind of, I think a couple weeks ago, it really came to a head for me because I'm a speaker, I'm good at it. I teach it to people with great success. You will be a better speaker after you work with me, okay, in any context. Because of that, and it's a passion for me, when I see people not doing it well or needing help, I don't get arrogant or like, why don't you do? I get sad. You know why? Because I understand where they're coming from. And I'm sad because I'm like, I'm here. I can help you. And it came to a head a couple of weeks ago, locally, when I went to a networking event and I saw a lady stand up. She seemed to be very introverted, quiet. Now, I always say I'm introverted, okay? Like, I need quiet time. Like, I am that person who needs time away. I am that person who is going to detach after I've been together with somebody for a long time. No, I need space. Goodbye. Because I need to recharge. And that is what introversion or extroversion is. It measures, or it says, not how you present yourself, but how it seems you need to recharge. So she seemed self-conscious. She seemed out of sorts. She wasn't comfortable. But clearly, how everyone else was speaking about her business, this woman did good work. You guys, you hearing me? Are you here with me this morning? Hey Kenny, how are you? Say hi. I'm just looking at my Instagram, following there right now and saying good morning. Wherever you're watching me from, welcome. Okay. And she stood up to speak, and her voice was turned inward. She didn't want to look at anybody. She stood, yes, at the lectern, but she didn't want to look at anybody, really. she, kind of said her little piece very quietly, as if the words didn't want to come out of the bathroom because the words were in the bathrobe and they didn't want anybody to see them, kind of way. And she quickly afterwards just scuttled to her seat. And that hurt, because I'm like, I could help you. I won't make you into somebody you're not, as in maintain the quiet person. But there's a difference between quiet and confident and quiet and lacking confidence. Don't you agree? You can be quiet and absolutely, totally communicate with confidence. It's in everything. It's in whether you want to face the audience, it's whether you smile, it's in the language you choose, it's in whether you take your time with the audience or you just want to hurry, go to your seat. None of these things have to do with whether I am that garrulous person or I am the quiet person. That is not confidence. Confidence is, I believe in me, or I believe in my stuff, and I believe that I can help you, and I will communicate that no matter what. That's what confidence is. It's not a matter of whether I am loud, because as a speaker and as somebody, as a communication practitioner who teaches it and does it, I can tell even when somebody is loud and not very confident. Oh yeah, I am sure you can too. If you have the trained eye, or if you're around human beings long enough, you can do that. You can tell. Absolutely. And so I sat there a couple weeks ago. That was the latest pain point for me, and I'll tell you about another one before that started me again in another speaking product. So all of this to say, if you are that person who feels not so confident when you have to communicate your business, your services, the thing that you've worked hard for and is helping people, and yet you cannot communicate it, if you are that person, I would like to invite you to my LinkedIn event. You're going to see more of it because I'm going to advertise all of next week. Okay, that's just what I do. It's called Pitch Perfect, and how to share your business with clarity and confidence. Because that can make the difference between somebody going with you as opposed to somebody else who doesn't have nearly as good a product but can just talk the talk. What if you can do the two things together? What if you can make sure you have a quality product or service, and you can also speak about it with clarity and confidence? That is the winning combination. And so mark your calendars. You can go sign. Well, there's no signing up, is there? Not really. It's a LinkedIn audio event, and I'll be doing like one of these every month. That's the hope and the plan. So Pitch Perfect is happening next week. Next week, Friday at 12 noon MST. It will only be on LinkedIn. So you guys who are now on Instagram watching me, you need to go over to LinkedIn. Kindly go over and follow me there so that you can enjoy and learn from and participate in this very valuable event. So I was telling you about like how speaking has just been the thing. I think that is, where I have an unfair advantage. And they say, like, in business, you absolutely need to start where you have an unfair advantage. You know why? Because you are more expert at it, and you can teach people to just come up to scratch. Because it means, like, if I'm at a 4 or 5 at speaking, I can speak to the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. But why am I teaching something? Like, think about yourself. Start where you have the most success and traction and receipts to prove it, right? And so that I've been speaking for a very long time. I've been more than 20 years. I've been speaking on stage. I've done live television programs, live streams now for the last couple years. I was on radio as well. So I have a lot of experience in the field. I also, at one point, when I first started my business, to add to the whole speaking portfolio, if I may, I went off and I learned how to become an image consultant. And this was oh my goodness, this was when that was not even a thing, back in 2008 perhaps. I went to New York. I got certified as an image consultant. So now I add these elements. Just the other day, I was working with a client. We were doing life coaching, all of the things incorporated, because I bring all of these things to the table. And we were looking at doing her new photo shoot for her new her new website. And I was able to employ the whole image consulting skills to say, hey, this is the image that you said you wanted to portray. These are according to your brand. And so that kind of clothing is what might go with it. Choose those colors. That texture of clothing sends a certain message. You want to come across as soft and yet approachable and professional. There's a way that you can do that. And the shoot was very successful. I can hardly wait for the world to see what she has to offer. So that was my first in terms of like the latest kind of pain point. I saw somebody in pain and I'm like, you know what? Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect. Help people. Of course, it's riffing off the movie. I had just heard about the movie. I had never seen that movie before. Okay. About like it has nothing to really do with what I'm offering. Pitch Perfect is about being able to speak as confidently as you can. Hey, Elsa. Hi. Pitch Perfect is about being able to speak as confidently as you can about your business, about what you offer. And you know what? You can tell your head needs to be clear when you do that. You have to be able to do it only thinking about your audience and the person you can help, and not about who else might be watching or what people might be saying. What's the name of the movie? It's Pitch Perfect, Elsa. Have you heard it? Have you heard about it? Pitch Perfect. So my newest, I have a LinkedIn audio event, Elsa. She's on Instagram. So that's why I'm repeating. I have a LinkedIn audio event. So you have to go over there and join in. It's next week, Friday, and I'll be speaking about how to share your business with clarity and confidence. You guys, but let me tell you the original pain point that I saw, which started off my program Speak with Confidence, which is about to go into its 9th cohort come next year, April. I'm so proud of it and the kinds of results that it has produced for people that who have then been able to go on and start their own coaching programs, conferences, oh my goodness, TED Talk, okay, businesses as well. It has produced some great people and great things, and it's going to continue to do that. And here's where it started. As I said, I've always been that speaker, that communicator. In 2020, all right, I will take us back to that sordid day, May 25th, 2020. What happened then was that George Floyd was brutally murdered before us all. It was live, it was captured, and no one could stop. It happened. But beyond that, that was as traumatic as that was, where I came in and connected with on a deep level was when I saw his son a day or two later at the mic. And there are lots of mics before him because he's speaking from pain and he's speaking about the traumatic situation. His father was just killed. And what I saw was not just him not being able to communicate because he was in pain or whatever. There seemed to just be not having the skill to be able to say what he meant, to be able to communicate clearly. And I felt it. You know why? Number one, he was Black like me. Number two, he was a male, and I've got 3 sons. And compose yourself, Lisa. Just let those tears this is what I teach. Like when you have emotions, when you're speaking and they threaten to well to the surface, there's a way that I teach my students to just like dial back, put those tears in a packet and just balance right there. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just kind of balancing because, I still feel it. I still feel how I felt back then. Okay. When I saw that he was not able to communicate, I was like, I can solve this. I can help there. Why are there so many of our young Black men, Black sons for me, in particular, unable to communicate confidently, to be able to communicate, you know, and say what they mean and stand up and be counted? Because I heard a podcast from a fellow podcaster I just met here in Edmonton a couple days ago or whatever, and her podcast was called Unmute Yourself. It was very good. I shared it in the circles that I'm in. Unmute yourself. And it was really good. It was a short podcast, and she was speaking about the power of voice. And that's how I started Speak with Confidence. And I still have plans. It's going to come on stream next year, God willing, to have a charity where I teach Speak with Confidence to at-risk youth, especially our young Black sons and daughters, to teach that ability to communicate with confidence. It makes a difference because as I teach and speak with confidence, hey Harriet, how are you? Harriet is joining from Barbados. Barbados is here. Thank you for being here. And what I realize is when you have the ability to communicate well and to express yourself so that you're understood, I teach this and Speak with Confidence. You are able to get past a lot of the prejudices, you are able to get past a lot of the unwritten memos and ticker tapes. Read, and another word for those, i.e., stereotypes and prejudices that other people hold about you, because you open your mouth and they recognize what they've been thinking and feeling is not what it is. So there are so many reasons, one of them being that you need to be able to open your mouth and to speak and to let people know who you are, and to educate people, not just to let people know, like, I'm here. It's not even about that. But the fact that you unmute yourself, the fact that you speak, the fact that you declare and you let your thoughts, your opinions be known, is saying, this is who I am. I'm speaking from my opinion about myself. And that should be the truest way and opinion that you have of me. And so that was the first pain point that I saw. And thank you, Harriet. And you know what? I started Speak with Confidence. I started Speak with Confidence because I was an immigrant here. I live in Canada. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm Black. I'm female. I check lots of lovely boxes. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I check lots of lovely boxes. Hallelujah. And I was like, that's a perfect person to start this and to say to people, you don't have to shut up and dribble. You remember that? Around that same time, this little airhead comes out and says about, why doesn't LeBron James just shut up and dribble? Girl, that woman needed to be in the room with a couple of Caribbean moms. Okay? We would tell her. We would school her on our sons. Okay? Right? Anybody here with me? What? How is it you could look at somebody and say you should shut up and dribble? Like, from what level of conceit and stupidity do you come to say that? No, that's what it is. And and the thing is that when you declare yourself, you make people shut up by what you say. And so if the other thing too about that, and let's get into, like, okay, all of this is nice and bravado-ish, but here's the thing. If you've got a voice, you also have a responsibility to be able to speak responsibly and to be able to represent excellently when you speak. So what are you speaking about? And does it make sense? And have you done the research? And are you good at it? There's just so much to this topic, which is why when we come to Pitch Perfect and about speaking with clarity and confidence about your business, that is the tip of the iceberg. Under that, you guys, is what? It's that understanding I've done the work. Is that understanding that, yes, I can help you. For me, one of the deepest things that I can help people with is confidence. And no, you're going to work with me. I'm going to help you get confident, because it's not even a matter of I'm going to help you get confident because you don't have it. No, I'm simply going to be the conduit that shows you all the reasons that you should be confident. You're going to find them. We're going to find them together. All the reasons that you should speak, that you should step out, that you should do the thing. Because there are more reasons that you should instead of reasons that you should not. And that's I guess, as a coach and as a speaker, even with the books that I write, it is what I want to do with life. So I hope you join me for Pitch Perfect. And let's stop being small. Let's stop not speaking about what we do, because we're speaking to the naysayers. We're speaking to the negative ticker tape running around our head saying, who do you think you are? And this is what you've come to. And what's another thing? Are you sure you're that? No, don't speak to them. They don't matter. They're not going to buy from you anyway. Speak to Thirsty. Speak to the person who needs what you have to say. That person is not going to just criticize you. That person is going to lean in because you are speaking with confidence. You're speaking with a sense of conviction that, yes, I can help you. This is it. This, that. I can help you with that. And so in that Pitch Perfect, that's what I'm going to be doing in that LinkedIn audio event. And then I'm going to take it out into this community, you guys. It's going to be an in-person thing from now on, because when you get people in a room, it's very powerful. Like just sitting in these networking events, feeling people's energy and watching body language in particular, you see what the problems are. As a trained speaker and as somebody who trains speakers myself, you can tell from the body language what could be improved, that your tone is right, that how you present is perfect, and it would result in people asking you more about your business and making you yourself more comfortable in speaking about it. So that's what Pitch Perfect is about. Any questions? Any questions, you guys? What do you want? Oh, by the way, let me tell you, I have the best thing to tell you today. It's Black Friday, isn't it? Okay. So it was supposed to be out already. I was supposed to send it out to my email list and all of that. But my books are on sale today. And I went in and I put a deep discount on the books. It's a wonderful day to head over to amazon.com.co.uk.ca, wherever.au, wherever you have Amazon, and to get my books at a deeply discounted price. Even up to this morning, I was using this one, and I feel like this is the book that I am most proud of so far, because it's useful. All right, I'm writing in the book because I left room after every it's a devotional, right? So please go get this book if you are like of the Christian faith, or you even are wondering about it, and it will help you because there's room for you to kind of write down your thoughts inspired by God when you worship, when you pay him homage. Like, get this book, and you know what, get the paperback version. I like the paperback version. It's really handy. It's a delicious book, and I'm like, Lord, from now on I want to publish delicious looking books and just treasures, right? This one too, I went in and I also put a discount on this book. So if you have not already and you're into fiction, okay, I wanted to write books where the wife wins. Oh my God, yes. Because when the wife wins, the husband wins. So, hello, yes. The family wins, okay? So this book is also on sale. And if you didn't get it, I published this one November 23rd last year, actually. So it's about a year old, and the sales have been great. Not consistent, because now I'm getting into how do you market on a consistent basis. So go on. This is a good day to get these books on discount. Like, why would you want to pay full price? So if you don't get this one or that one, and I think my other one too might also be on sale. I'm not sure. I forgot if I did that as well. But get them today into tomorrow. All right. So, you can this is about winning in every area of life. That's what I'm about. So are you going to join me for Pitch Perfect next week, Friday? Are you going to be there? A lot of what we're going to be doing next week is speaking about speaking and confidence building and that kind of thing. So I hope you join me. Also, lastly, let me just show you what's happening tomorrow. Maybe you can join me tomorrow. Let me show you this graphic. The topic changes tomorrow. We did God is Your Daddy last week. I wanted this tomorrow will be a lot of assurance and encouragement. So join me for Overflow only on YouTube. Only going to be on YouTube. So that means you need to go follow Basement Chronicles, the channel there, so that anytime I go live, you will get notified. Okay. So only on YouTube, Overflow will be there tomorrow. So I need you to, subscribe, join me same time, 6 a.m. MST. It's now. You're listening to me now, and I'm about to go off. Right. It would be for 1 hour, and it's really going to be about the reasons that you should be encouraged even though times are tough. I'm going to really go deeply into faith, and you will leave refreshed. Okay, so join me tomorrow for that. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me this week. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to be pitch perfect. Everything you say it with clarity and confidence. Bye. Take care.